Warning: the following free educational presentation is only for men who want to gain at least 10 pounds of lean muscle and get ripped quickly, safely, and naturally.
Hey, it's Kyle Leon here, and today I have somewhat of a weird tip to share with you that has literally helped hundreds of thousands of skinny, soft, and out-of-shape guys pack on ripped, shredded muscle fast while torching lower abdominal fat at the same time. Start using this tip today, and you can literally expect to pack on slabs of lean muscle and get ridiculously ripped within just a few short weeks without taking any supplements, drugs, or even spending a single extra minute in the gym. Now, I understand that may sound far-fetched to you, like it might have at first, to all of the guys you'll see in this video that have used this very tip to get crazy ripped, but I promise you'll see why it's not far-fetched at all. As a matter of fact, to date, over 150,000 guys in over 176 different countries around the world have used this one unique tip you're going to see to build lean muscle and get ripped up in record time. Plus, you'll also see the 3 biggest training mistakes you must avoid if you want any chance of achieving noticeable lean muscle growth. If you're looking the same week after week without the noticeable results you desire, despite your hard work in the gym, I guarantee you're unknowingly making at least one of these 3 mistakes. Simply avoid these mistakes you're going to see, and you'll be absolutely amazed how quickly you start gaining lean muscle. Just make sure you watch this short presentation until the end now, because it will not be free or available online for long. Listen, I understand you may think you've heard or tried it all when it comes to building muscle and getting ripped, but I promise you've never seen anything like this before. So just keep watching. First, you may be wondering who the heck I am and why you should listen to me. Well, let me start out with who I wasn't just a few years ago. I definitely wasn't the creator of the #1 selling muscle building system on the planet, nor was I an international fitness author, or even a guy that could wear a tank top without being teased about his spaghetti arms for that matter. As a matter of fact, you see this skinny weakling over here? Yeah, that's who I was. I couldn't put an ounce of muscle on for the life of me. As you can imagine, looking like this, I was very self-conscious of my body, and especially my arms. Maybe you know what that feels like to be self-conscious or embarrassed at the kind of shape you're in. Not a fun feeling. Looking back now, I realized just how low my self-confidence level was and how it was damaging every aspect of my life and my relationships. And despite all of my time and effort, the worst part was that nothing even came close to working. And I mean nothing. And after trying every single weight training routine, mass gaining diet, and muscle building supplement there was without any noticeable results, I finally just started believing having a muscular physique just wasn't in the cards for me. I was convinced my genetics just weren't going to allow it. Maybe you know what that feels like. Well, if so, just stay with me for a minute. You see, during my second year of university, I met a successful big-name fitness model in the industry at the time who was visiting my college roommate that he grew up with. When this guy walked by, the girls' heads turned with attraction and the guys' heads turned with envy. I remember we all went out to the bar's first night in town, and girls were like bees to honey to this guy. He had his choice of any girl in that place, and I distinctly remember I would have given almost anything to be in his shoes. Before we all hit the gym the second day, I asked him what supplements he takes because what I was taking obviously wasn't working. He laughed and said, "None, man." I thought he was joking. He pointed to his body and he said, "No, it's all in the diet." Okay, well, how important is diet compared to training then? He said, "Just look at it like this for a second. If you hit the gym often and consistently, you might work out, say, 5 hours per week. Now, 5 hours in the gym per week, every week, is a lot, by the way. That's right up there with the amount of time some pro bodybuilders and fitness models put in. Now, do the math. That's a total of just 3% of your week that you spend in the gym." And then he went on to explain to me that since 97% of your time is spent outside of the gym, it's in this 97% of the time that your muscles need the right nutrients at the right time to fuel growth and recovery. After this conversation, my mentality would shift forever. During the next 4 days, I wanted to learn everything I could from him about his nutrition. I basically harassed the guy until he finally just said, "Here's the name and number of my nutritionist." Learning from him is a big investment, but it will be the best one you ever make if you're serious about getting ripped. He only works with a few of the top fitness guys and some high-profile athletes and actors, but I'll let him know you're calling and he'll take care of you. Wow, I made the call and the investment and I have never looked back since. In just over 8 weeks, I was able to pack on 21 pounds of pure lean muscle without fat, which led to landing fitness work, a supplement sponsorship, and ultimately a new life I never imagined possible. I was so inspired by how fast my results came using a few of his nutrition tricks that I made the study of nutrition my obsession for the next decade. And the study of bodybuilding nutrition changed my life. And that's why I'm sharing this information with you today. I know the information we're about to get into will give you the very same opportunity to change yours. Now listen closely to what I've discovered to be the 3 biggest nutrition mistakes you must avoid if you want to gain ripped muscle. I have to warn you, what you're about to learn may contradict everything you thought you knew about bodybuilding nutrition, especially the 3rd mistake you're about to see. Mistake number 1, the I eat healthy approach. First of all, there are 2 specific times every single day when actually eating what most people consider unhealthy is absolutely necessary to spark lean muscle growth. Strategically eating the right cheat foods at the right time during these 2 short anabolic windows allows muscle building nutrients to be shuttled directly into your muscle cells. Second of all, simply eating healthy all of the time and just hoping you're taking in the right amount of calories made up of the right macronutrients at the right time to give your body exactly what it needs to build muscle without fat is all but impossible. I mean, what do you really think the odds are that you're able to just guess correctly all day, every day? The luckiest man on the planet couldn't do it. Plain and simple, this approach keeps you frustrated, spinning your wheels and looking the same week after week like most guys do. Mistake number 2. Following some generic plan found in a book, magazine, or online report always fails you, and here's why. They are not customized for you. They may pretend to be, but they don't even adjust your nutrition to basic things like your body type, let alone your age, weight, height, metabolism, or your training routine. Check this out. Recently, science has revealed amazing information about how different body types respond differently to various foods. There are 3 general body types that you may have heard of. They are ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. What you probably haven't heard of yet are all of the other body types that science has recently identified and how they all respond to foods differently. This is so important. Understanding what your true body type is and how it responds to certain foods is absolutely crucial to know what, when, and how much to eat in order to get ripped. I mean, it makes sense, right? Think about it. Should this person really have the exact same nutrition plan as this person? Or should this person really be eating like this person? We are all different, and we all have different nutritional needs. Listen, here's a quick example. Carbohydrates react remarkably different in guys depending on their age and their body type. Research shows younger guys in the 18 to 20 range with a skinnier or ectomorphic body type are much more able to utilize carbohydrates as a powerful lean mass building weapon, whereas older guys with wider endomorphic body types are much more likely to pile on the fat with carbohydrates unless consumed at specific times, in the right amounts, and with other specific foods. This is because certain body types are more likely to store fat when insulin is released than others, and it's a fact that certain body types have more fat cells than others. Now, without getting any more sciencey, I'm sure you can start to see why adjusting your nutrition to you as an individual can make a phenomenal difference in achieving a ripped physique. And I'm going to show you a simple, easy, yet crazy powerful tip you can use to accomplish this in just a minute that will take your physique to a whole other level, and fast. First, we have to talk about what is probably the worst and most dangerous mistake you can make when trying to build muscle. Mistake number 3, the bulk then cut. As popular as this old school approach is, the little known truth is that it often leaves you with less muscle. And here's why. Traditional bulking often creates insulin insensitivity, which kills lean muscle growth and dramatically increases fat storage. Additionally, traditional bulking with crazy amounts of calories can stimulate your body's production of more fat cells and enlarge the ones you already have. You see, with this approach, your body has no choice but to make more fat cells. And these fat cells do not go away. Ever. This condition is called fat cell hyperplasia. And the worst part is that it's permanent. So let me make sure you understand what this means. This means you will store fat easier for the rest of your life. And as if that's not bad enough, here are a few other consequences found with following the traditional bulking approach. fluid retention, increased blood pressure, increased cholesterol, increased estrogen, decreased testosterone, liver strain, pancreatic strain, and the list goes on. Basically, if looking unattractive, soft, and out of shape while killing your health and any chance for a lean, healthy future is okay by you just to see the scale move, then I invite you to crush as much pizza and ice cream as you can handle before the miserable cardio and dieting begins. Okay, now that you know the 3 biggest misconceptions holding you back from the body you deserve, it's time to clean the slate and look at the truth of what really works. The key to gaining ripped muscle fast is having dialed in, customized nutrition to everything about you, including your age, weight, height, metabolism, and most importantly, your body type, and your 2 daily anabolic windows. And finally, there is now a breakthrough approach to bodybuilding nutrition that accomplishes all of this for you without the crazy price tag of hiring a top nutritionist. And it's called somatospecific nutrition. Somatospecific nutrition consists of simple, yet extremely powerful strategies that hold the key to unlocking explosive lean muscle growth. These are the same strategies thousands of guys around the world, including myself, have now used to flip on their muscle building switch and get successfully ripped in record time. These tried and true strategies have been honed into one guaranteed system for unparalleled ripped muscle growth without the fat. I'd like to introduce you to the Muscle Maximizer, the first and only custom interactive bodybuilding nutrition system proven to pack on slabs of ripped muscle without any fat. This system will work for you even if you think you've tried every single weight training routine, diet plan, or supplement without any results, or you're convinced you have the worst muscle building genetics there are, like I did. When your muscle building switch is turned on using the Muscle Maximizer, you can expect serious lean muscle growth without fat. Inside the 9-week program, you'll discover things like your exact calorie and macronutrient needs for